His hands hovered over the man's chest, no gloves. No credentials, just raw instinct and a laptop patched with tape. Moments earlier, the billionaire had laughed at him, tossing $1 million dare like an insult. But now, gasping for breath, eyes full of fear, that same man whispered, "Help me." The room pulsed with silence. Cameras rolled. No one moved. A teenage boy stood between life and death, only with the knowledge no one believed he had. This is the story of a mockery that turned into a miracle. Where are you watching from? Comment on your city. Yalan was 16, a quiet, observant teen with secondhand sneakers and a second-to-none mind. Raised in a neighborhood where dreams rarely survived, he found his refuge in the corner of a community clinic, watching, learning, sketching. His mother cleaned offices by day and buses by night. His father, just a photograph on the fridge. But Yalan wasn't bitter. He believed in doing good, even if no one noticed. Every afternoon, he volunteered at the clinic, wiping counters, organizing supplies, and watching every move the doctors made. His notebooks were filled with designs, ideas, and possibilities. One rainy morning, a man unlike anyone they'd ever seen arrived, flanked by security, dripping in wealth, and drowning in arrogance. He scoffed at the clinic's modest setting. When told no specialist was available, he turned to Yalan and sneered, "Maybe the janitor can save me." He didn't. No, he had just insulted the only one who actually could. The man's name was Charles Dayton, a tech tycoon whose billions couldn't buy him a cure. He had a rare neurological disorder, and after exhausting top hospitals, he landed in this underfunded clinic on a PR stunt. He didn't come for healing. He came to prove no one else could help. When he mocked Yalan, the staff froze. But Yalan didn't flinch. That night, he stayed behind, reviewing Charles's records. He noticed something: tiny anomalies missed by others. An idea sparked. He drafted a theoretical treatment model using non-invasive neurofeedback, something he'd only sketched in the margins of his notebook. The next day, Charles returned worse than before. Yalan approached, calm and confident, and suggested a method. Charles laughed. "What are you, a wizard?" He scoffed. "I'll give you $1 million if this nonsense of yours actually works." But time was running out. Charles collapsed. In the hallway, gasping, twitching, panic erupted. Doctors were helpless. Yalan stepped forward, steady hands, calm voice. "Let me try." Everyone hesitated. But the billionaire, now breathless and terrified, gave a shaky nod with a laptop. "Improvised sensors and instinct sharper than any degree," Yalan began. The room went silent, except for the soft beeps on the screen. Then Charles's tremors eased. His breathing steadied. A minute later, he looked up and whispered, "What did you do?" Charles sat motionless, eyes wide, not with fear, but awe. For the first time in weeks, his body wasn't betraying him. The spasms were gone, his speech clear. Yalan didn't gloat. He just exhaled. A nurse, stunned, called for the head doctor. Phone started recording. Word was spreading. "You healed me," Charles muttered. "But how?" Yalan calmly replied, "I didn't heal you. I just listened to your body. It's not that no one else." Did security guards glanced at each other, unsure if they should cheer or question? The clinic's staff stood frozen. Yalan had done the impossible without a degree, without recognition, just truth, persistence, and the courage to act. Dear audience, if you're enjoying the story, don't forget to give it a like. It really helps. The story made national news. Charles, once known for tech empires, was now the man humbled by a teenager from the wrong side of town. Yalan refused the $1 million offer. Instead, he asked Charles to fund scholarships for students like him to open doors instead of closing them. Yalan went on to study neuroscience. But this moment changed more than his life, exposed what talent, when ignored because of race or class, the world loses every day. He wasn't just a kid from the clinic. He became a symbol, proof that genius doesn't need a zip code or a last name, it just needs a chance. How many Jalens are we still overlooking? And how long before we finally learn to see them? Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel for more powerful stories and new videos.